All right, what we're going to cover here is something that is pretty basic. Again, it's just four measures. Obviously, you'll never come across a song, I would think, this short, but this is trying to keep it simple. First, I'll tell you what, let's cover the chord changes. Now, this is actually called, where you see these little slashes in each measure, that is actually called slash notation. That means there's no notes, there's no rhythmic values. It's just something to simplify a chart. Each one of these slashes, now if we're in 4/4 time, that means each measure, sometimes they're called bars, but each measure has 4 beats. So that would mean that each one of these slashes represents a beat. All right, so I know it kind of common sense, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. All right, so all you do is you change your chords over the beat that it's notated over. So for instance, I would go C to G 4, D 2, 3, 4, C 2, 3, G D 2, 3, 4. Now, by design, I made that a little off just to show you that it's not always obviously going to be like you change every 2 beats evenly. A lot of songs, you'll just change chords on beats 1 and 3, throughout the whole song. But this is just a little different, that you have to pay close attention to where you change your chords. All right, so basically, again, you just count those as 1, 2, 3, 4, and whatever beat that chord is over, that's the beat you changed the chord on. Obviously, you do get some where a little more involved, and we'll get to that in another tutorial as far as rhythmic notation to tell you. Sometimes it's what's called an and beat and things like that aren't exactly on the beat, but we won't cover that on this one. I wanted to cover just the basics of that, and then also what's called a standard or a basic repeat. This is what you see right here on the staff. You see the 2 dots facing in. Then on the other end, you see the 2 dots facing in here as well, facing inside the brackets. What this means is whenever you see this, if you're reading music, the minute you see this here, you know at some point you're going to be coming back to this, okay? And you will play all the way through a song until you see the end repeat. And at that point is when you bounce back. Okay, so on these 4 measures, you would play these 4 measures, and when you get here, boom, you just go right back and play them again. Okay? So if there were more measures after this, you would play it through once, boom, you'd repeat. This is the second time through, but the second time you would just keep going. All right, so that's basically it. That is chord changes and what's called a basic repeat.